Hey everyone, it's Kelsey here and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I take down these passion twists. So this is my client who's also my friend, Deidre, and if you guys have watched any of my videos in the past, you guys already knew it was her because of her blue and purple hair. It's her signature. So I did these passion twists on her in the beginning of July, and in this video I'm taking them out close to the end of August. So she's had them in for almost 2 full months. So they've been in for a while, so there's a lot of new growth and buildup as well. So I'm just going to show you guys how I safely take them out, losing as little hair as possible. So the first thing I do is just take one twist and I open it out a little bit because I'm looking to see where her actual hair ends, just to make sure that I don't cut it. Because to make this easier, I cut all the passion twists and then I start unraveling them rather than taking them out all the way from the end of them, because that's just unnecessary time that you're taking. And by the way, throughout the beginning of this video, you might see me standing in weird positions, and that's because if you guys have seen the video I made where I showed you guys my entire home salon tour, you would know that it's right next to my dad's office desk because he works from home now. And on this day, he was in a Zoom meeting and I was trying so hard not to be in the frame of his camera. So that's why every now and then you'll see me in a weird angle or just shifting the camera a little bit. So that's why in parts of this video it might be hard to see what I'm doing, but eventually he got off the call, so it was a little bit easier to make. Just wanted to throw that out there. So anyway, so now that I've cut off the ends of all these twists, I'm just gonna section off the back row and get started. So I just carefully start unraveling from the ends, and the hair that we use for this, it tangles and mats a little bit, so it was a little bit difficult to unravel. It wasn't any fault of hers, it was just the way that the hair was. So I just used the tail end of the comb to pull it apart a little bit, and now I was able to easily get all the hair out. And at the top of her actual hair there was a lot of buildup, which is normal. It's completely normal. It's not dirty or anything. It's just because it's been in there for a while. So what I do is I use the tail end of the comb again, and I'm just breaking up that buildup part because it kind of got her strands stuck together. The ends of the hair was completely fine. It was only at the base of the twist where I had to like work extra hard to get rid of all the buildup. And also because her hair was in those twists for so long, her hair was still shedding, but the shedding hair had nowhere to go. So it actually wraps itself around the hair that's already there. So a lot of times when you take out braids and twists, you would have a lot of matting at the top. And it's really not matting, it's just shedding hair that needs to be released. So what I do is I literally just take my fingers and pull it apart strand by strand. And I'm just pulling out her still attached strands, if that makes sense, and I'm pulling it out of the loops of shedded hair that's around there. And then what you saw me do just now was just add in some leave-in conditioner just to make it a little bit easier to comb out so that the hair has more slip, so there's less tangling and knotting, and therefore the hair that I end up pulling out is only the shedded hair and not her actual hair. So it's kind of time consuming the way that I do this, but I just feel like it's the safest way because this way, like I said, I'm not pulling out unnecessary hair, but it does take time because I'm actually pulling it apart strand by strand, but it's worth it because in the end, she still has all her hair on her head. So like I said, these braids were in for almost 2 months, so there is a decent amount of shedding, but it's completely normal. So here I'm just showing you guys a close-up of what it looks like with the twist still in it, and you can still kind of see that there is product buildup at the base of that twist even after I pull the hair out. So I just wanted to show you guys more close-up what it looks like. So the ends of her hair are completely fine, but it's right there at the very top where you see that it has like wrapped around pieces of loose hair that needs to get out. So I just spray it down to loosen it up, and then that's when I start pulling out her strands one by one. So as you can see, I'm slowly and carefully working my way more towards the top of her head, because when you're detangling hair, you always want to start from the ends. So it's the same thing when I get up to that section. I'm just starting from the end of that buildup section, and I'm going slowly higher and higher up her hair, and then bringing out those shedded pieces to the end so I can just carefully and easily comb it out. And then I have this little method that I do where I twist the hair at the top a little bit. The only reason I do that is just so that she's not feeling the tension of me pulling on her hair, because even though I'm not pulling her hair out, I'm still combing it so she can still feel that. So my way of making it as pain-free as possible is to twist it and break up that tension on her scalp. So yeah, so that's basically the entire process of me removing these twists and breaking up that buildup and saving all her hair. So I'm just going to follow that method throughout her entire head, and yeah, we'll get all these twists out. So I made this video back in August. It's now October as I'm editing it, so I don't remember how long it took me to take out all these twists. I want to say it took about 2 hours to get them out, maybe a little bit longer. It was a very time-consuming process because of how careful I was being. It's very sped up in this video, but I was actually working pretty slowly because I'm very focused on saving hair, especially because, like I said, the hair that we added in matted up a lot. So just to make sure her actual hair was okay, I had to really take my time. So it does take a lot of patience, but it is worth it, because sometimes people take out their braids and twist too quickly and they end up pulling out hair that doesn't need to be pulled out, and you find that your hair will be very thin after you take them out. But it's just because of the process that you use to take it out. So I'm very careful on always saving my clients' hair. So it does take time, it does take patience, but it's worth it in the end. And just in case you guys are wondering what products I'm putting in her hair, the leave-in conditioner I use is by African Pride. It's their coconut milk spray-on leave-in conditioner. And then I was also using my Motions hair oil just because, well, one, I was running out of conditioner, and two, just the oil was making her hair more slippery, so it was easier to get the hair to come apart. Alright, so I'm just going to speed this video up a lot so we can just get through this whole takedown process, and then you guys can see what I did with her next. So as I was taking down these twists, I noticed that her hair was very dry. So just to give it some life, every now and then I would put in Hawaiian Silky, which is a strong and thick leave-in conditioner, just to, you know, moisturize it while we're going through this process. Even though I was about to wash her hair right after this, I just wanted her hair to be moisturized anyway. So I just put that on there and I just twisted it into these big sections just so that her hair had something to drink because it was really thirsty. So that's what I did. And then after I got all the twists down, I washed and deep conditioned her hair, which I didn't film, but yeah, that was the next step in this process. So here's her hair after it's been washed and conditioned, and then afterwards I put it right into another protective style, which is these 2-strand twists. So it's basically the same thing except I didn't add in any hair. So this is all her natural hair. So this style will keep her hair healthy and her ends nice and protected, and she can wear this in for another 2 weeks or so. So that's it for this video. That's the process of me taking on these passion twists. I hope you guys found it helpful and enjoyed watching. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!